In this worksheet called Slices, we're seeing a pivot table based on data in the Creating worksheet. There are times when you're viewing a pivot table that you don't want to see all the field entries. We may not want to see the sales data for some of our salespersons. One way of not seeing them is to click the drop arrow from the field and then in the filtered list below. Uncheck the boxes for the names we don't want to see. We'll uncheck the box for Emily Leon, John Lucas, and that could be for any reason that we don't want to see them. Then click OK. So we don't want to see those names anymore. The question comes up, which names are not here? And we won't necessarily know that by viewing the list unless we know these names off by heart. We may do the same thing with products and not want to show all of them. Uncheck one of these. A variation on handling this kind of information is a feature called Slices. Using Slices will allow us to show not only what's visible, but also what's hidden. We get to it by way of the Insert tab. Also go to Analyze and Insert Slices. Right now we're seeing the product field and the salesperson field. We're not using region and customer just now, but we might want to use them later. Slices let us control the data from different regions, even if it's not being shown in the pivot table field list. So this will be a busy screen for a bit. There are 4 separate slices. You can resize these to make them more readable. Right now we're sharing all the information for all the customers, all the regions, and we don't see those fields in the pivot table. The earlier changes we made to the salesperson's fields are being reflected right here. Emily Leon's and John Lucas not being, so this reminds us which entries are not being shown too. Even though we're not using customer in the actual pivot table, could we show this information in the pivot table with just a detail from Home Emporium and Home USA? If we click Home Emporium, we're only seeing the data from Home Emporium. If we also want to see the data from Home USA, we hold down the Control key and click that. So we can select these in different ways. A huge advantage over using the arrows is that we have a complete picture of what is being shown and what is hidden. Also, you may want to spend time redisplaying these, and when you do click one of the slicer entries, there is a Slicer's Tools ribbon and some options there. So you might want to make the salesperson into 2 columns. That might make it easier to read. So this is a great feature for giving you a better sense of what the pivot table is showing.